My tracking isn't working? Hello? And this monitor's fucked. Back. Uh, that on? Tracking? Is it working? Okay. I don't know what's going on with the colors on this monitor. That's something I can. I mean, it's totally fine. It's just in Edge. Why is it only in Edge? Whatever. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, we're going to pretend we're learning art. I have a strategy today. Claws. All right. This bro don't look right. I can tell you that. Anyway, what? Also, I'm trying a different mic position instead of being right here, like in front of me, which is totally fucking with you. I'm gonna try it off to the side so I can see the tablet a little better. We'll see how that goes. Probably not that well. We'll see. Um, but I wanted to draw a chair because it was popping off on the Twitters. I don't know if I can draw a chair. Also, it all right. So this is the person. Oh well, you can't really see the screen because my screen is apparently ass now. This is Saruei. She I guess has like full chair tracking, and it goes crazy. Um, she's not the first person to do it, but I guess like with like a full setup, like she has like 360, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, there's like a ad thing she's got here for Cheeky, which I guess is soap. I don't understand how this arm works. I don't know if somebody can explain that to me. It like just kind of turns into her under boob. Or the only other way I can actually make sense of it is if this like little skin piece here on it would be her left arm stage right. Maybe that's a nub and she's missing her arm. I don't know. It's very weird. Anyway, here's a little okay. Did they all no this one okay. Okay, that's not the one. Where's the one where she just spins it around? Oh, somebody already drew the chair. Okay. I want to draw the chair. Is there a thing? Okay, maybe I shouldn't click those. Is there one? Okay, that's not the chair. I want to draw the chair. Nope, that's not chair. All right, maybe we stop scrolling. We're just gonna have to work with what we got here. It's getting a little risky. Um, okay, that's a knife. What kind of knife is that? Looks like a shitty Rambo knife. All right. Uh, maybe it's like a knockoff of an Air Force. Anyway, obviously it's not a real knife. Can I get that chair? Why is it so fucking off color? I want the side angle of the chair. All right, that'll do. We're just gonna sketch the chair because I can't fucking actually draw. Also, I have updated Krita. I'm hoping with that update. First off, it's a pain in the ass to update it. You have to go download the update and it replaces your old one. Um, but hopefully with that update comes stability. All right, so here we go. Obviously, this isn't super serious. Okay, that wasn't working. Also, there is software for the pen and tablet. I just cannot seem to get it to work right now. So that could also be a contributing problem. You know, I don't think hers has that thick of a back. To be clear, we're not drawing Saruei at all. It's just the chair. It's all we care about about around here. Just the chair. We're just sketching a chair. Obviously, I've been trying to avoid just drawing. I feel like all I end up drawing is like anime characters, VTubers. So that's why, like last time we drew the McGriddle and whatnot. I don't know. It felt like all I was drawing is first off anime characters, right, or VTubers, and mostly females. And it's like, first off, their hair is harder generally. I don't know why the fuck I'm choosing to do that, but I don't know. I felt like I'm just kind of like cornering myself by man, I can't really see down there. Okay, so she's got like there's no way you can afford like $30,000 worth of gun here, and then you got a chair with attached arms. Come on, bro. Those should be on the seat and all. This should be the Herman Miller Aeron. All right. What are you doing with this thing? What are you doing? It's only 2 grand. Just sell probably that. It's none of it's free. None of it's real. Honestly, if I had to guess, I think it was said she used Warudo, which is what we use for our model here. So they probably have a custom model for the chair with custom rigging. And then they said they use Vicon, which I think is visual tracking. So it's kind of like XR Animator, except better. Um, Strictly because it's multicam. As far as I can tell, XR Animator does not support multicam. Otherwise, I'd use it. Um, I'm gonna take the headphones off because I feel like it fucks with the tracking sometimes if I look down, which is a problem with XR Animator. But it's kind of like old school VR tracking, where instead of like in the headset, um, you would get you would track like your like whole movement and your location. You would have the base station and then things in each corner of like a room. I'm pretty sure that's how Vicon works, except each one's like a motion tracking camera and it sends all the data to one place. As far as I know, XR Animator doesn't quite do that. I don't know, maybe I can use I'm sure you can have multiple instances of XR Animator open, but I don't know if you can like track the same thing in different ways to like pull that off. Maybe that's coming. But if I had to guess, that probably costs like several double five digits. I was gonna say double digits of K's or whatever, but tens of thousands of dollars. It was probably quite expensive to get it calibrated and set up. Um, Unless whoever, I think it was Warudo who tweeted that it was Vicon. Um, so unless it actually is XR Animator and they did it the easy way, which would probably just be put like HTC Vive trackers or some other motion trackers like at multiple points just to maximize the smoothness. And something to keep in mind is, a lot of times movement looks a little more choppy. Hold on, let me. I feel like I'm looking wrong. Bocap, options, angle offset. There we go. That'll hopefully do a little better for us. Um, but yeah, something to keep in mind is, as far as I know, when she's in this is all she's running. So if you just had like, I mean, just a 5090, I know just is a weird word there. This is probably really easy to run. Like resource intensive wise. If you're not playing a game too, this is your game. All the assets are rendered, right? It's probably not that resource intensive. There's probably no real reason for hiccups to happen in the stream. And especially if you have a dual PC stream where, maybe a weaker PC just picks up all stream and then all tracking and stuff is just done in the other one. probably no problem, you know? I'm not saying it's easy to set up, that it's cheap to set up. I'm just saying, like, in terms of like, once it's set up, as long as you have a capable machine, I can't imagine it's that hard to run, you know? Like, I would say probably like a 50, 70 or higher could run this very smoothly. But again, the hard part is obviously animating everything, giving everything physics, right? Each one of these things has individual motion tracking and stuff. This is most likely not a real gun, right? I don't. I think she's in France. I don't know what the law is there, but she probably doesn't have that. Maybe an airsoft version. And once again, probably just like a model to match it. Maybe Vive trackers or something. Um, I don't know if each one of these is actually capable of being taken off a wall, but like the point being, like, in terms of running it, like once everything is all set up, I think it'd be pretty, not easy, but like you probably wouldn't need more than a 50-70 to run it. The hard part is all the tracking, all the meshes, all of the everything else. The hard part is getting it there. Running it's not that hard. Getting it there is the hard part. And that must have cost her a lot of money and or probably and a lot of time, which is pretty crazy to think about. It kind of makes you think about just how much, I know it kind of sucks to talk about, but how much she must be making just off of like streaming for that to be worth it for her. I don't really know how often she streams or how much money she would potentially make. I do recall uh Penguin Z0, Moist Critical, Charlie, whatever people, whatever he's going by by the day. I think, I mean, he had a longer stint on YouTube. I think she's a younger channel, but I think he's released something and he's at like 40 million just off YouTube. That's not with like any private donations or sponsors. But that's also like, I think it was like 15 years of YouTube. I don't think she's been doing it as long, but that's still like, if you think about that, I know he has a staff. I don't know what her staff is looking like, but like $40 million for one person to spend, you spend probably, let's just say it's $100,000 to rig everything, have someone come to your home, set up all the motion tracking, perfectly calibrate it, right? Have a team to animate every single thing. It's probably it's probably like 100 or more thousand dollars. That's still not really a huge amount in the grand scheme of millions made. I'm not saying that's not a lot of money, but that's pretty it's pretty cheap if you're making millions. Like, that's a small investment into your business. Plus, you can probably write it off on some level. I don't know what France tax law is like. I mean, you could barely say I know what I wouldn't even say I know what American tax law is like. Um, it occurs to me you can't really see the back end of this one. Why am I drawing a fucking chair? What is wrong with me? I have noticed with this Krita update, before I had to press and hold. If I press and hold my button right now, it doesn't open yet. But if in this one, with this update, I just click it and it does it. Jesus fucking Christ, it does it, which is pretty nice. All right. This is where we suffer because we do not have, her ass is in the way. That's what I'm getting at here. I'm sure it's a lovely ass, but it's in my fucking way. And I just don't feel like looking for the one with the better angle. I feel like I've seen one where she's not even in the chair. That would have helped. I'm sure I'm sure that's what she wants to hear. Let's face it, she'll never see this. So thankfully nobody has to worrying about whether or not the quality of my chair could be in question. Actually, let's redo this. I just don't feel like I feel like my scale here is just way off. Hello? There we go. Like the back of it is just massive, but then like the everything else is not, and I'm just I feel like I'm trolling right now. Okay. I should have done this on a different layer thinking about it. That way if I erase things, I don't have to worry about it. Man, this is not this is not coming out very well, is it? Why am I drawing a fucking chair, bro? Like, what am I doing? All right. I thought it would be good for shapes practice. All right. I said it. Plus, I thought it would be funny. I mean, it is kind of helping with scale, right? It's a good lesson. I'm not saying I'm learning the lesson, but it would be a good lesson if somebody were smart enough to fucking learn from their mistakes. Thank God that ain't me. Come on. There it is. Let's redo this one. I have been experimenting with layers in pen up mostly, not in this, but it's more or less the same thing. Oh, I did do a separate layer for something here. Um, it's not quite the same thing, but mostly as I obviously I'm getting better at switching so that I make another layer for whatever it is I am working on. Um, and I'm then doing like a final layer where I have been trying to trace things just like as a little darker thing. I just never feel like it looks as good. Even if I do it as clean as I can, it just, I don't know, something about it looks wrong. I feel like it somehow removes all the depth. I think it's because sometimes like mistakes get left behind, right? Like this mistake right here. If I were to then hide the layer, right? Um, is it not even, hold up, is this not even showing up on screen for some reason? I'm just now realizing. How is this not showing up on screen? What? Switch to that, and then what if we switch back? What? Huh? How is this possible? Hold on. It's like the screen is frozen. Hold on. File, save. Usually refreshing it will change it. Just gonna call it chair chan. Fuck, I forgot to do the thing. Okay. All right. I don't know what's going on here. Why won't Creed open? How did it like freeze? I mean, I get how it could freeze and I would not notice because I'm basically fucking stupid. Okay. Whoa, that. What is that? What is that screen? What? How do I refresh a source like this? I add application capture. Will not make this source visible right away. I can't capture Krita anymore. What? What is going on? Dude, I can't catch a fucking break, man. Oh, wait. Okay. I've just turned off automatic mode. Okay, it was stuck in whatever bit Windows 7 and up is. I don't know why it would automatically go to something that's not working. If you're capturing Krita, you have to go to Windows 10, 1903 and up. Alright, I think we've got it. I don't know why it wasn't working. I don't know how all that happened. And I'm sorry I didn't notice sooner. I don't know. I just saw the Krita screen and I was like, well, it's working now, so why would it stop? You know? Alright, so let's just. Oh, cool. My tracking's fucking. Let's just draw something. Does this show up on screen? Okay, that looks like a banana, but does that show up? Okay, it shows up. Whew. All right. Okay, cool. For some reason, there's like some sort of yellow fucking outline on my. I'm not picking it up. I don't know what's going on. We're just gonna go with it. Chair Chan, you're fucking me up. I don't know what the bottom of Chair Chan looks like. We're just gonna draw something real quick. This was only supposed to be a quick joke, and I've turned it into a waste of time. I mean, it was always a waste of time. You know what? I'm doing this backwards. It's usually small at the top and large at the bottom, right? Why is my pen not working? There we go. Hey, it actually, hold up. It actually remembered my pen size there. Did you see that? Oh my God, that is way too much. The problem is for this scale and my skill, drawing just slightly bigger is kind of out of the question. Fuck. I'm losing it, bro. I'm faking it by like kind of making things bulbous. And then I feel like funnily enough there's usually like just a little bit exposed or something. And then you have like your your little star track, which I don't really know how to draw. I was gonna say at this angle, I just don't know how to draw it. Okay. All right, all right, all right. So let's redo this. I mean, this has to have rollerblade wheels, right? Like, there's no way you spend that kind of money on a setup and you don't get the rollerblade wheels with the, you know? Like, why would you get the fucking office chair wheels? It just doesn't make any sense. You gotta do the rollerblade wheels. I've been meaning to buy, you know what? Maybe I'll buy some rollerblade wheels for mine. I don't really think I need them. One of the reasons I've never really done it is because it will make it a little bit taller. And I think my chair's like already kind of on the higher end. I think it's like close to the top. I guess I could lower it then. I don't know. Now, would that be closer or further? It would visually be shorter, right? I feel like it would visually be shorter. I don't think it doesn't fucking matter. I'm drawing a chair poorly, and it's not even a real chair. The chair is what I make of it. All right. Let's move on from the chair. It was funny for like 15 seconds. I don't know what that just said. Um, let's just create a new one. Thank you. Okay. Fuck. Now I have to go back to this computer. There we go. What am I supposed to be tweeting here? What? How a new shit? When did I click that? I didn't. Thank you though. This is a. It still works, but the case for it, I think it's Orico. Yeah, this is a M.2 reader. If you're wondering what this is, just sitting here. Yeah, it still works, but it doesn't like close properly because like the screw stripped, so I couldn't screw it in, and then it just like came out of the case. Apparently, it's not screwed into the case at all. The only thing keeping it in is friction from the USB-C, and this like plastic tab here at the top. It's so fucking stupid. Also, still haven't figured out whatever the fuck this is from. I don't know. I think it's like a rubber foot for something. I don't fucking know, man. I don't fucking know. I'm about to turn this into just chatting. What is this? I don't know who this person is. Okay. All right. She's her. Okay. How do I This is like four images trying to create one, but they don't work. Does it work if I No, it doesn't work if I click the whole thing. All right. The Praetorium. Wait, should I draw? I don't know this character's name from Dexter. Actually, do I know that? I don't know the actor's name. Let's learn. Let's learn. We're gonna learn today. Surely, if I just type in Dexter. What? Wait, is he barely in the? Or is this him? Is this him? That's not him. Is he barely in it? There it is, Eric King. How is he not? Is he barely in the show? I've never seen the show. I heard that there's like a refresh and it was really good. My bosses were talking about it. They were gushing over it. Is he barely in the show? With how much I see memes about him and like a bunch of scenes of him, apparently the meme is he's figuring out who Dexter is. And so like you use that whenever someone is like suspicious, like they can't prove it, I think is the thing. Like I know what you're up to, but I can't prove it. Is he just barely in the show and he just happens to like have several iconic memes? Because isn't he the surprise motherfucker guy? That's him, isn't it? I don't know, man. I don't know. Fat fuck frame. Okay. I kind of want to draw that saxophone though. Also, I have a lamp here that I need to plug in. I also need a lampshade for it. I also have two lava lamps that I need to turn on, but I always forget. I don't know who the fuck that is. Did I draw this? Wait, didn't I draw this person before? I did. I did. I mean, draw is a strong word here. Sketch. I attempted to sketch before. Wasn't successful or good. You must stop drawing. Why? You're on the wrong layer. All right, that's fantastic. Oh, I was hoping that these were each a separate image. I kind of want to try and draw this. This is this Road to El Dorado? Is that what this one is? I think we go for this guy. Mostly because there's no text on this one. Okay. I'm looking at it. See, this might be perfect for me because he doesn't really have a neck. And that's like one of my weaknesses. That and the face, the eyes, the hands, the nose, the hair, human anatomy in general, inanimate objects. You know what? I just can't draw. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Wow. Fuck. Should I just become a just is should I just go to Nuke's top 5 and watch funny ghost videos and react to them? Oh no, because then I'd have to set up the fucking screen to capture that. And then I'd have to move it. I guess I could watch them on here. Uh, imagine that. I'm just fucking holding it like, yeah, show me. So you guys can see. Get rid of that. We'd have to get rid of hand cam, right? Which would maybe be good. Nobody needs this shit. Who's looking at my hands anyway? Stop. Stop. Stop looking at my hands. What is this cable? Oh, this is for the digital piano. We haven't started learning how to play yet. Coming soon to a theater near you. Probably not, actually. All right. We're putting this off. All right. We have one layer. Let's get it started in here. All right. Something I like about where the fuck is my tablet? Oh, yeah. All right. So I have anchors, I think, in it's either my waist and feet or just one or the other. I don't remember. In the model, not in my not in real life. And that I believe that's what makes my body twist like that. And those are in it because for some reason sometimes I would just like take off. And it still happens anyway, but it would be really bad. Like I would just be talking and if I were to like move slightly, like the whole body would do like this. Like I'm getting up. I'm physically getting up right now. and I have tracking that can handle it actually, so it's not gonna work that well. But it would like bend me over and twist me upside down just for moving slightly. Like I would start hovering like that. There we go. There we go. Okay. Well, I mean, you're not in sync with me, but I was just watching it and I was like floating a little bit. All right. Okay. Okay. Like I kind of want to see if I back up. Oh, I don't want to put my feet on cam. All right, hold on. Back up. I have a shelf here. Can you? Can I get? Can I? Fuck. There's no back to this. This is a fucking stool. Oh god. Oh, it's not tracking my feet, bro. My feet, bro. Come on. Come on, bro. What if I cross my legs, bro? You can't even fucking see it, bro. My hand. Oh, it's not tracking my hand because of the fucking glove. I gotta move some of the. I have inventory back here. These are knives to sell. So I don't. Oh, you know. Gotta watch this sell. Not through here. You cannot buy it through here. Oh, what is this? This is the. I thought about keeping it. It's pretty cool. This is a Hodinky exclusive Unimatic. Can you even see that? Enjoy. Why is there a fucking computer in here? Dude, what am I doing? I'm so putting this on. I've been meaning to set this up. I keep forgetting. This was gonna be like the photo editing stream thing. Well, I'm probably not gonna stream it. Jesus, what is happening? I don't know what's holding that down, but might be me. All right, let's get back to work. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll do this every stream. This is what's on the wrist. Oh, you can't even really see that. It's too reflective. I'll take a picture of it later, maybe. I probably won't. But I mostly wanted to show that. That is the movement. Apparently I'm tracking the wall over there. Look, can you... You cannot see. Alright, I'll have to take a better picture of that. For some reason, I guess because my hand was technically pointing to the right, the camera tracker was just on a rampage. It just started going that way. So it looked like I was floating. Alright, but I said knives for sale. Do I have any knives out that I can show? Not for sale. Don't feel like digging those out. You know what? There we go. Tactical as fuck. That's tactical as fuck. And that is not cool. Totally not climbing over a box. Alright. In honor of Saruei and her love for tactical things. I think. I don't actually know her. I just saw the wall of guns. This is a Cold Steel SRKC. This is the compact version. There's a larger version. This one is apparently lubed up to prevent rust. This is an SK5, I think, which is a very rustable steel. And this is, what is this? Gripex or Grivex or some shit? I don't know. Honestly, it's kind of like sticky rubber. I'm not a huge fan. But this is a very tactically minded knife. know what? Do you have this? Do I have one? I think I have one where the packaging broke. I don't know what I did with it. This is actually a knife that's in a movie. I forgot the movie, but this is a Boker Plus. I don't. It doesn't even have like a real name. But I forgot what movie it's in. But I was really surprised to see it in there. Anyway, let's get to the real cool one. This is the most famous knife in the world. This is the well, this one's the Dog's Head limited edition one, but this is people call knives that look like this a K-bar, even if they're not made by K-bar. But K-bar was known for making the best ones of these during, I believe, World War II. And this is just called like the American fighting knife, basically. I think it has a real name, but there's the sheath with the little dog's head on it. But I think that the knife we saw in Saruei's thing earlier, did my tracking just completely die? It did. That we saw in her video earlier, I don't know if you saw it, was like a copy of this, because it was like a copy of the Rambo one, which is like a copy of this with there's an Air Force version, and it's less pointed, so it has less of a clip point. It's more of just a point, and it has serrations on the back. And the serrations, a lot of people are like, oh, well, it's to saw down a thing. It's to saw. It is to saw something. It's actually to saw aircraft. It's supposed to be so that you can hit it into the back of your plane or into like a piece of your plane and cut something out of it. Uh, that's why the serrations are so big and so far apart and so robust. If you actually wanted to saw wood, well, quite frankly, you'd be better off just using this as a chopping thing. But you would want a bunch of small, like more like micro teeth that alternate, which usually the back of the Air Force knives don't. They just kind of like come out and come to a tooth, and that's so it can kind of like can opener it. Um, but that big circle on hers would be for putting around the muzzle of a gun. I don't feel like, was hers on the front? I feel like it was on the front, and it should be on the back, I believe, so that uh let's pretend that this is your gun, right? This is the barrel, so that when you hold it, it's more like this, right? Instead of, it would be like that if it were on the front. That doesn't really make sense, does it? I mean, I guess if you're stabbing, but you would swing it kind of like a pole arm, not necessarily just to stab. Because a lot of your force, in a swing, like downward force, would be harder to block than lunge force. Generally, obviously, stabbing would be great. Generally, slashing is probably your better option. I don't know why I'm saying this, but if you have a bladed weapon, it's easier to maintain control of the weapon if you're slashing, and it's easier to inflict multiple wounds if you're slashing. It's just much harder to block that level of motion and take control of someone's arm. I know it doesn't seem like it would be, but if you're like basically putting this much of your arm into someone's like individual space, even if you stab them, they now have a significant amount of control over your arm and its extension. Whereas if you're like going like that, yeah, you're coming in about the same amount of space, but they would have to get their arm up and around yours before you can pull away or follow through with it. Right? So like you have to go like that, or like that, or chop and pull back. Whereas compared to a stab, you have to do that and then come straight back, and there's a lot less force behind coming straight back. Like it'll be harder to pull your hand away than it would be to just pull your hand up and back where you just came from. Because how are they going to get their hand up and over your hand in time if they're also having to block an incoming slice? Doesn't really make sense. All right. And here is I don't know how this became show and tell. One of my favorite knives. Was this the boxer? I don't know. It's just like a very small, good one for. I always thought it'd be good for wood carving, but I don't know how to wood carve. But I use it for leather stuff. It's just small, fits really well in the hand. It's like got good contouring to it. What is this? N690? It is not exactly the best steel out there for really anything. It's a good steel overall. It's one of those ones that doesn't excel at anything, so it's like very versatile, but at the same time, like so SK5 or what is this? Is this 1080? I don't even think this one says. But those are really, really tough steels, so they'll lose their edge very quickly. But so people tout they can sharpen them on a rock. I don't know about that. Um, but those or why did I start talking about steels? All right, let me grab a different one. This Magna Cut S45BN is kind of, you can't even hear me. Literally every knife I just picked up is like a softer whatchamacallit one. This is CPM 20 CB. So this is a Demco Cub, Shark Cub, I think. I don't know. CPM 20 CB is a pretty old steel. I think it was made in the 80s. It's not as old as 1080 or AEBL. AEBL I was gonna show, I didn't show it, but it's basically like it can get really hard. It's a really cool steel, but generally it's not done that well. The one I have is done really well, but CPM 20 CB is very hard. So it will hold its edge really well. The problem with that is if you want like an outdoorsy knife, we were talking about swinging it to chop a tree. If you do that with a hard steel, the steel is more likely to chip than roll. And that means that material is just gone and that part of your edge is completely like gone. Whereas if it rolls, you can probably maybe like sharpen it back and then go back to using it for cutting. It won't be as good as it was, but right, you might be still missing material or have material misplaced. But that's why you would want something maybe softer as opposed to harder for like outdoorsy stuff. Um, you want something harder that'll hold its edge longer, so you have to sharpen it less. If say you're doing arts and crafts, right, making leather wallets or uh, honestly cutting down cardboard boxes. Maybe you work for a retail business, you cut down a lot of cardboard boxes. You don't want to have to sharpen it that much. That would be why you would want something that holds its edge really well. And then again, if you're going to do outdoorsy shit or swing it, use it a lot, and want to be able to just quickly get back into using it, not worry about it chipping off, you would want something that's a little softer. If you want a kitchen knife, you usually go for like VG10 that's been hardened to 60, 61 Rockwell hardness. Um, Depending on the knife type. So if you want a butcher's knife or something to break bones, you would want it softer because if you use something harder, it's just going to chip. But if you use something softer, it's going to act like something soft and thick is going to act like a wedge and just kind of still crush it and break it and chop right through any flesh. Whereas something thin and hard is just going to crack, right? If you've ever like tried to cut something with a very thin, sharp kitchen knife and you hit the bone, you probably just ruined your knife, right? You chipped it or whatever. But if you use like the appropriate knife, it just chops. Or you could probably just use a lot of people use kitchen shears these days. You can get really good ones. that'll just crunch right through bones. Anyway, let's keep drawing, bro. Oh, and I showed this was the Nomos tangent. It's one of the seasoned ones. There's like a limited amount of them. I got it for really cheap when Hodinky was going. I keep every time I talk about it, I say Hodinky was going out of business. Same thing with the other Hodinky stuff. And that tutor, they were like, I think they were going out of business, and then they got bailed out. But they sold like all of their watch inventory, including like a bunch of these bands. So these bands used to be like $150 on their site. I paid like no more than $5 for dozens of these. It was like $1 to $5. Um, but I got like several. I missed several watches that were really good prices, but I got several of them at good prices. How long? That was a few years ago now. Damn. Okay. Is that Peter Griffin? I Peter. I wait. Hold on. I'm not gonna say it. I want to know if I can do this without a reference. This will be a good thing for me. Fuck. All right, hold on. Hold on. No. That's not right. That's not right. Come on. I feel like someone might know what I'm going for here. By the way, I'm gonna delete all what I can't. Hello? I don't know why I can't drag and drop that. I don't really know what's going on with my shit. Control C, Control V. All right, let's do that. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. Fuck. That's why it's not working. There we go. All right. I feel like this is as good as it's gonna get. I could probably flip that, but I'm gonna delete all this anyway. Do you see it? Do you fucking? It's the fucking Simba thing. It's the Simba thing. Yeah. All right. Nobody sees it. Nobody's here to see it. I'm about to save this, bro. I don't know how I pulled that off. All right, get this shit out of here. I don't. How did I even do those last three? Okay. I actually don't know how I did some of that. Should I just hold up? Should I finish this drawing and just talk about fucking knives for like an hour? Should I do that? I kind of want to. The thing is, I don't really have like. It's been a while too. I'm kind of out of it. I haven't been buying and selling them like I used to because there's just no money in it. Like the economy is completely fucked. What is this? No, wait, is this a boxer? I knew I had another one. I didn't know where I went. It went. This is another one of those. This is a Boker box. All right. Okay. You know what? I should have worn a French watch or something, or got a French knife out for the chair incident. It's too late, and I don't have any. Where are these people from? Is this is Road to El Dorado, right? I don't fucking remember. Or no, is this Emperor's New Groove? Man, I do not remember my fucking. I need to watch these. Rotund gentleman. Also, if anyone follows the game streams or the gaming content, which I don't know why you do, but thank you. Um, we did not get back on to get that 145 spy now. I just figured I'd throw that out there right about now. And this dude has a fucking incredible fade going on there, doesn't he? What it? Hello? There we go. It looks so bad. Actually, hold on. Wait, am I on the right one? Yeah. If I'm gonna do that, I want that on a different fucking layer. God, I'm so fucking smart. It's actually concerning. Has there ever been anyone as fucking intelligent as me? Like, I just want y'all to be honest. Don't say yes. Do not say it. Wait. He doesn't have ears. This guy has ears. He doesn't have ears. What? Why doesn't he have ears? It's freaking me out, man. Fresh layer for the eyes. So let's add. Let's do the nose first. Why? Why is that so dark? How do I do this shit, dude? It's so. This is so hard for me to understand, by the way. Like, someone had to create this. You know what I mean? Like, they just made this up. This didn't exist at some point. Like, where do you get the idea from? I mean, I get that you can draw someone who's a larger person doing this face and then stylize it a bit. But why no ears? Why the blue and the gold? well, why this? Why? I don't get it. I don't understand how people decide things. You know what I mean? Like, how do you decide what color these guys are? How do you decide this dude's got teeth like that? Where honestly, the bottom row is like fucking better than mine, and the top row, he's got like one tooth kind of coming out the side of his mouth. It doesn't quite look right, and then one of them's like a little bigger, but like it adds character, and you don't really notice. And they don't do it for every scene, right? Because not every scene is that detailed, but this one was detailed. And was that even the original thing? Did somebody Photoshop that? I don't know. Right? Like, why did you give him this haircut? Why does he have a different haircut? Why does he have ears and he doesn't? Why are this guy's earrings blue in the center and his are brown? I would think that his would be blue because isn't he their like chief or whatever? Or their spiritual leader? It would match his little headband thing. So like, why did you decide these things? I'm so confused. Smarter people than me, man. I think I fucked up the scale of the nose, but I'm just gonna go with it, you know? Let's actually make this a little bigger. Wait, I think I think both of these are copy pasted eyes. We can get away with things. Also, this is pre like all of this. I'm gonna do the other eye. I'm gonna stick with the one. I was gonna do these eyes because I thought they'd be simpler since they're less round. I feel like the floor's shaking. I don't like that for me. So I saw a tool that was I guess what it is it projects. So it has a camera and then it projects it down on whatever you're drawing on. And like what it does is it would catch this and then it would project it there and it would be for helping to like learn how to trace. And on the one hand, I feel like that's super useful and I should get one because it's only like $60. On the other hand, I feel like it's almost too useful, right? Like I don't want I want to be able to do what other people do. You know what I mean? Oh, I feel like I really fucked that up. But I don't want to I don't want to just be able to trace stuff because that's never going to have the same look or feeling as something someone else drew. I'm just copying it. I know I'm just copying right now, but this is me learning the stuff. Like, okay, I'm just getting like outlines done right now, which is the same as tracing. And I could do this better traced, right? It would look closer to it. But I won't really be developing any vision for what I could do. Like when I did the Simba thing, because I just saw that like little nose part in this. That never would have happened with the tracing. I probably would have just like started at the top and gone all the way around and right, it would just be lines on the thing. It wouldn't make any sense. Right? It wouldn't be the same. But doing this, I'm gonna change for the eyebrows. I'm able to kind of learn a little bit. No, that's not quite right. So we want it more like that. Okay. Man, I feel like I'm blowing it right now. I feel like I had something okay going, and now I'm like, what? All right, fuck it. We're trying to cheat, and I think that's what they did with these. They just are better because you can kind of see where they masked over this part flipped and like tried to angle it, which is really well done. But like you can kind of see where the layers are clipping. What? Oh, I'm still selected. You select. Okay. See, like, how did they decide that this is the moment where his hair, like his eyebrow, goes through his hat? How did they decide that? And it works. Like, you don't even question it. It's just kind of doing it. And you didn't notice until I said something, did you? But now you noticed. And you're like, wait a minute. His eyebrow goes through his hat. And wait a minute. In this one, his forehead comes down a bit more, but his hair stays in the same place. But suddenly, right, this is forehead here, but now this is his eyebrows. How did they get so high up? It doesn't really make any sense, does it? But it works, and you didn't question it until I said something, because it's just so well done. It's just so well done. Um, okay, let's do another layer for the mouth. See, this is where I'm really gonna struggle. Mm, for a few reasons. First one being that I fucked up like the scaling, but also because the color is just way off because there's no color in mine. Um fuck. No, no, no. I don't want to drag layers. I want to find the first layer. So now if I do this, will it only move? Yes. Okay. Wait, it kind of looks like Pog Face right now, doesn't it? Okay, so let's go back up to top layer. Oh, no, no, no. No, no. Deselect. Thank you. Oh, oh. Well, you know what? That kind of works anyway, because that is what I wanted to do partially. But I also wanted to do that. Okay. So that we can redo this lip to make it as fat as it should be. Dude's got some plump lips, and they're kind of nice. Okay. All right. So let's do another layer for now. I should name layers. I think in the future, if I'm doing something seriously, I'll have to name layers because they don't even define the teeth. I mean, I say don't even. Um, they did such a great job overall. You don't really need to. Like, you're not looking, and a lot of this probably isn't even normally on screen like that. Man, look at how much depth they get with just like one extra line on the tongue, right? Kind of looks like a giant molar. Right, that looks kind of like a blob of lines though, because I don't have the darkness back here. I don't have the lighter darkness here, right? We don't have the deep red, the pink, right? The white. We don't have the color to like pull it off. Um, Wait, is that the wrong layer? Is it this one? Oh, I thought I was one more layer deep than I am. What is my phone going off? Was that my phone? What was that? Nothing? Was that Twitch telling me I'm live? Why did my phone do that? I'm so confused. Whatever. Okay. All right. See, if I were smart, I'd just go back to the layer we had for hair. See, mine's much wider than theirs, but I'm not too concerned with it right now. And then they got shading. It's just, I'm not going to be able to pull off. But let's just go ahead and do that. Yeah, so like my scale, somehow my scale is way off. You get the gist of it, but I just don't feel like mine has like the look. Man, thank God I don't have to draw this whole thing. Okay. I'm on a hair layer and I'm fucking drawing the eye bags. What am I doing, bro? This is why my shit sucks. I think my nose is too small somehow. And then I'd move that over. I don't know. I feel like overall it's not bad. I lose some of the depth because I'm not using color again. So like the cheek looks really flat here. So they have light there. So I just shaded that in, but it should be the opposite. The rest of this should be shaded. Just darken that so they match. because I'm too lazy to redraw it. Also, why are his eyes just like black and then this dude has real eyes? Like, who decided that, man? Who decided that? Okay. You can't really see it on the original, but I'm gonna just draw that anyway. Um, is it weird that this is almost like my most proud one? I feel like this one's the truest to the source so far. It's so shit. Why is it looking like this, dude? How did I I'm literally looking at it. How did I fuck up the face like this? I feel like a lot of the lines are pretty good, but like once again it's the proportions and like the scale of things that I just don't like. I don't get, I don't plan for, because like I just don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what a nose of this proportion is going to look like. And it's like I start with the round of the face, but should I start with the nose and eyes and then make the face around it? All right, it's time to find out. Who is this? Is it Road to El Dorado? No, right? Which one is this? Which old animated film is this? That's both questionably for children and not. Um, was it Emperor's New Groove? I don't feel like it is, right? Who is this? What is this from? Oh, it is the chief from Rotilda. Okay. All right. Chief. What is his name? What do I know him as chief? Chief Tannabok? Tannabok. That's bro. Okay. All right. I'll give it to me. I feel like I deserve this one. This is our most true to form yet. Maybe the scaling's a little off. Maybe the lips kind of suck. Maybe it looks like he's screaming. But I think I deserve this one. We're gonna take this win. We're gonna take this win. Oh, bro. I kind of want to look for something else, but I don't think I really have time. But I have time to just not do anything. And I feel like if I add anything else, it's just gonna get worse. And if I don't, it's gonna look as bad as it does. What do I do? My neighbors are fucking around doing something and I don't know what it is, but it's bothering me. Hmm. I could go get the tablet. I was gonna upload last night's time lapse. I could get the tablet and show it now, but I feel like there's no real point to do that. We got in here. It's American made, no French knives. Okay. Damn the French. Yeah, I don't really got anything to show off. I guess I'll probably be getting off then. Um, yeah, I can't think of anything to do other than like yap, and nobody wants to hear that, right? So, we did all right. I feel like we could have done better, especially at the start of the stream. I don't know why I tried to draw a chair, but I don't know. Maybe we'll do. Is it Gronk? Maybe we'll do him next time. I'm not sure when I'll stream again. Um, Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate y'all. I kind of want to do these for longer, but I just can't. Maybe I'll try and wake up really early to do them. We'll see. But thanks for being here. Thanks for chilling. Have a fantastic day, night, afternoon, whatever it is for you. I will probably be back on later for I don't know what we're playing. It could be Ark, could be Grounded, could be Star Rupture. Apparently, there's like four of them now. I think that was only three. But we'll figure that out when it's time. Thanks for hanging out, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.